Show me hand. Show me your hand. Both hands. Show me hand. Callum. Right. Got him. I've got him. Right.
It began as a dark obsession, an idea that twisted by the day. At the center of it was a young man swallowed by isolation, a loner so detached that even the family he lived with barely knew who he truly was. Behind closed doors, he nursed a fascination with sexual violence, letting it grow unchecked until it became the only thing that seemed to give his life direction. While the world moved past him, unaware, he mapped out a brutal attack on an unsuspecting woman, any woman. That twisted fantasy would eventually culminate in a shocking tragedy, the brutal murder of a dedicated female police community support officer. It is April 2021. Callum Wheeler, just 21 years old, lives a life almost entirely hidden behind the closed door of his bedroom. His days blur together, consumed by video games and explicit content, until something darker begins to take hold. What starts as curiosity turns into a disturbing fixation on sexual violence, a fascination he relentlessly feeds through online searches, pushing the boundaries further with each passing day. Callum has no friends. He left school at just 15 and has never held a job. Isolated and disconnected, he lives with his father and brother in the quiet village of Aylesham, near Canterbury, having moved there 2 years earlier from London after his parents' separation. To those around him, he appears withdrawn but unremarkable, certainly not dangerous. His father is aware that something isn't quite right, suspecting possible mental health issues, but there are no clear warning signs of violence, no criminal record, no obvious reason for alarm, at least not yet. But beyond the walls of his home, another pattern emerges. When not locked away in his room, Callum wanders the local woodland alone and aimless, returning there again and again for reasons no one can fully explain. For months, he stalks the same paths, lingering in the shadows, his presence unsettling to those who briefly cross his path. Most never notice him at all, but he notices them, watching, observing, silently drifting through the trees with a growing sense of purpose as the line between fantasy and reality begins to blur. As Callum continued roaming the woods, he began noticing women walking alone along the secluded paths. And with each sighting, a dangerous idea took shape. In his sick mind, an opportunity was forming. He convinced himself that if he positioned himself in the right place at the right time, he could ambush a woman. It didn't matter who she was, her age, or her story. To him, any woman who crossed his path alone became a potential target, a thought driven entirely by a warped and deeply troubling desire.
Emergency which service? Do you need fire, police or ambulance? What number have you dialed, please?
For reasons still unknown, Callum dials the emergency services. But when the operator answers, he says nothing. No words, no explanation, just silence on the line. Concerned by the unexplained call, police quickly trace it and dispatch officers to Callum's home.
What's your phone number, Callum?
Yeah, apologies. We've got an answer now. We're just speaking with them now. We'll update you shortly.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Callum?
Oh, hang on a minute. Why have we been talking to you? Go on, get lost.
Because you phoned us,
Go
Callum.
on, get lost, man. Go on. Go on your way. Go and bother someone else.
But we wasn't bothering you.
I'm talking to you. You're probably not even a real police anyway. Your phone needs.
Okay.
Is your dad there then?
Phone needs.
Is your dad there?
Mr. Wheeler?
Yes, hello.
Hello.
Is everything okay? I
Yeah,
believe
yeah,
we
it's
may have had a 999 abandon call.
Yeah,
Sorry.
That's all right, that's okay. Yeah.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, he's all right. I don't know why he just done it for some reason. I'm not sure. I didn't know. But everything's all right. Yeah.
Okay, no
all right.
worries. That's all we're asking.
All right. Okay, no problem.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Bye.
Following the unexplained emergency call, Callum quickly returned to his unsettling normality. He slipped back into his familiar routine, hours spent gaming, roaming the local woodland, consuming explicit material, and continuing to search for increasingly disturbing content online. By now, Callum was ready. In his mind, there was no longer any hesitation. Today was the day. He had committed fully to his plan, convinced that if a woman crossed his path, nothing would stop him from carrying it out. At approximately 12:35 p.m., he armed himself with a 97-centimeter metal bar, a heavy-duty handle taken from a train track lifting jack. He attempted to conceal it, placing shopping bags on either end before sliding it into a large duffel bag. He exited his home through the back and disappeared through a bush. He began making his way towards the section of woodland he had already chosen. Footage captured his journey, the outline of the weapon clearly visible protruding from the bag. By 2 p.m., he was in position, waiting and watching. Meanwhile, not far away, 53-year-old PCSO Julia James set out with her dog for her routine walk, a familiar and peaceful ritual she had followed many times before. At around 2:15 p.m., she left her home and entered the very woodland where Callum was waiting. Just 15 minutes later, she came into his view. Callum suddenly emerged from the trees. Julia likely recognized him immediately. He was someone she had previously described as unsettling. Her Apple Watch recorded a sharp spike in her heart rate as she sensed the danger and tried to escape, diverting from her usual route and running toward an open field with her dog. But it wasn't enough. She fell. The force of the fall breaking her wrist, whether she tripped in her panic or was struck from behind, remains unknown. What followed was an act of unspeakable brutality. Pinned face down and defenseless, Julia could not escape the rain of blows. The metal bar descended upon her skull again and again. The injuries were instantly catastrophic. As the last echoes of violence faded, Julia was subjected to one final disgusting violation. Callum Wheeler forced his hand into her coat and touched her breast, a despicable act of defilement upon a life he had already extinguished. He then turned and walked away, leaving the scene behind as casually as he had arrived, returning home as if nothing had happened. Back at home, Callum methodically cleansed himself of the evidence, washing Julia's blood from his skin and clothing. With the grim task complete, he spent the remainder of the day immersed in pornography, his routine chillingly undisturbed. Just 90 minutes after the attack, the silence of the field was broken by horrified pedestrians who discovered Julia's body, her loyal dog still standing by her side. Emergency services swarmed the scene, but for the paramedics, the truth was immediate and absolute. There was nothing they could do. Kent Police launched its largest manhunt of the year. Resources were mobilized from across the force. A murderer was on the loose, and a community was paralyzed by fear. By the next day, the story had exploded beyond the village, gripping the entire nation. The police, however, had no suspects and no motive. The killer was a ghost, but Callum Wheeler was not in hiding. Driven by an arrogance or a compulsion that defied reason, he stuffed the same metal bar back into a bag and walked back into the woods. A predator returning to his hunting ground while it swarmed with hundreds of police officers. His intent was sinister, whether to murder again, to bury the weapon, or simply to revel in the chaos. He was even spotted by a member of the public lurking around the crime scene, spying on the investigation. It wasn't only the police who were watching. A local gamekeeper, who had long known Callum as a strange presence on his land, seen him acting suspiciously and decided to confront him.
Oh mate, where are you up to? Right. Yeah. Alright, what's that about then? Yeah, where are you going then? Right.
During the interaction, Callum claimed he was lost and new to the area. That was a lie. The gamekeeper had seen him months before. Sensing danger, the gamekeeper did a crucial thing. He raised his phone and snapped a photograph. Caught in his deception, Callum turned and fled. The gamekeeper gave chase, dialing the police as he ran.
Oh yeah, it's I'm reporting. It might be nothing to do with, but there's a suspicious fella I've just approached, and he's running off. And there's been a bit of the a death at Ackholt, down at Ackholt at the moment. Ackholt Wood.
The net was closing. With few other leads, the report was treated with utmost urgency. Police were dispatched and given the photo and dashcam footage. Callum Wheeler quickly became their prime suspect. When initial databases failed to identify him, police had no choice but to release the image to a horrified public. He was soon identified and a warrant was issued.
Show me hand. Show me your hand. Both hands. Show me hand. Step back, step back, step back. Okay, Callum. Right.
Got him, I've got him.
Okay.
Calm.
Callum, no one's going to hurt you. Nobody's going to hurt you. No one's going to hurt you, okay?
Callum, calm.
Just relax.
I can't breathe, I can't breathe.
Okay, no one's going to hurt you, okay? Listen very carefully.
Just relax. Relax.
Why are you trying to listen, look at me. Look at me.
What are you trying to help me for?
Okay.
Callum,
just relax.
Just relax.
Okay.
I'll relax, but I don't want you to bite me. Okay? Just put handcuffs on you. Okay?
Relax. Right, listen very carefully, Callum, what I'm going to say.
Callum, Callum, just listen. So I'm going to take my hand away, alright? Callum, are you listening?
You alright?
Well done.
Callum, my name's we're from Kent Police. Okay? We're not going to hurt you.
Who called you?
Listen, relax. We're not here to hurt you. We're not. You're safe,
That's
alright?
it.
Come on, my blood is flowing.
It's alright.
You're going to kill me in here. No, we're not.
No.
Alright, listen. Listen.
Okay, you're right.
You can arrest me. Alright, Callum. Callum.
Right, just relax. Callum, you're under arrest on suspicion of murder.
Why?
Julia James.
I haven't done
You were
it.
in the area acting suspiciously during the time of the offence,
Callum,
okay?
relax.
Calm down. You do not have to say anything. You may harm the defence.
Stop struggling.
You do not have to say anything.
I'll put this on tighter.
Okay.
Do you understand me? Yeah?
Just relax.
Listen to what we're telling you.
You need to get around the back.
Well, someone must have told you, but I don't know how do you find out that? But we're not going to talk. It's not fair for us to talk to you about the offence, okay? Because that's why am I being dragged into this for? Why? Why just because you were seen in the location at the that doesn't mean anything. No. But we need to ask you about that in an interview at the police station.
Dragged into this.
No.
So why don't you arrest that guy there? Why don't you arrest one of you?
Well, because he wasn't seen in the location at the moment.
Yeah, but lots of people were there. There were lots of people there.
Yeah, and we may well speak to them as well. But at the moment,
Then why do people have to be talked to because they were there?
because somebody's been murdered, so somebody's dead. So that's why.
The arrest was the beginning of the end. In his room, police found the murder weapon meticulously wrapped in plastic bags. The evidence was overwhelming. Julia's DNA was found on the weapon and Callum's clothing. In custody, Callum's recklessness became his confession. He told officers that she deserved to die while denying he knew her. He also chillingly stated that you can't go into the woods and expect to be safe. He vowed that if released, he would return to attack more women. His depravity culminated in an act of pathetic intimidation. He exposed himself to a female staff member, a final, cowardly display of his character. The case against him was now irrefutable. In court, Callum admitted killing Julia James but pleaded not guilty to murder. claiming he lacked the intent required and citing mental health issues. The prosecution argued the attack was a deliberate, sexually motivated ambush. After just over an hour of deliberation, the jury found him guilty of murder. He was carried into the dock as the verdict was delivered and sentenced to life imprisonment with a minimum term of 37 years. This was not just a crime. It was a life taken, a family shattered, and a community forever changed. Julia James was more than a victim. She was a dedicated officer, a mother, and a woman who deserved to feel safe in the country she served. Callum Wheeler will remain behind bars for decades, but the echo of his actions will linger far beyond prison walls.